of retaliation,
Right.
because when you get hit, something happens to your mind, something happens to your brain, to your body. You wanna retaliate. You wanna get revenge.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the only rush that rush you can only get in the ring.
In the ring.
When you get hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like this adrenaline, like you mentioned. There's an adrenaline. There's this. I don't know what it is. It just something comes over you where all these feelings are like just like a volcano. You know, you just want to go and
Now you
kick
just
some ass,
now
you
you
know?
just hit him with the pay-per-view numbers.
Yeah.
That's how you hit him now.
What was it though about being, signing to being with Bob Arum for so many years? What was it about? Was it something that you didn't like that inspired you to be a promoter, saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to get into this business, I'm going to do things different and be successful at it? Because it's a hard business to succeed in.
Yeah, no, it is a hard business, but it was one particular fight that I kind of opened my eyes when I fought Trinidad.
Okay.
That was one of the, at the time, one of the biggest non-heavyweight fights of boxing. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, I made a lot of money.
Right.
But all the money I left on the table. I mean, so that opened my eyes, and then I said to myself, wait, something's wrong here.
Right.
Why don't we?
I'm the fighter. I should be getting the
why
bulk
don't
of the
we?
money.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I mean, promoter should make his money. Everybody should make their money.
Right.
No problem. But the fighter obviously should make the bulk of the money.
Right.
And so that opened up my eyes, and other things too. I mean, it's fun promoting. It's fun being in ringside and watching the guys in action. And you're there. You're the adrenaline's rushing, and it's just a lot of fun.
Do you have any gripes in the business with anybody that you won't do business with? I mean, I know you had your wars with the Schaefers of the world. And by the way, have you ever got to the point where you wanted to give him one of those famous Oscar left hooks?
Yeah,
That left
yeah.
hook? You ever got that close?
The 45. I caught the 45. No, not at all. No, I'll work with anybody, man. I mean, look, business is business.
Right.
Business is business. I mean, look, it's the sport that I dearly love, and look, if we can make the best fights happen, I'm all for it, man. I mean, that's what it's all about. I think something's happening now with boxing, where we're starting to see the good matchups. I mean, who's coming up? Thurman Garcia. Fights like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're gonna be able to see this year. I have no doubt, unless the train gets derailed, we're going to be able to see. And I hate saying it because I don't know what's going to happen the 6th of May. I mean, boxing is one of those sports where, hey, one punch can change everything,
That's right.
Or we might have a great fight and you see a rematch, So, I mean, like Canelo Golovkin and Canelo Chavez and Keith Thurman with Garcia and
fights.
And the list goes on and
Got a
on and on.
beautiful
And so
year ahead of us.
this year and many years ahead, because see, it always happens in boxing. It always happens in boxing. It's like you have all these stars retire. There's a little downturn, where it's kind of stale, and matches are not being made, and fighters are not fighting.
Right.
But it always goes back up. It's like a roller coaster. It always goes back up.
How do you keep the fan? There's a difference between keeping the fans happy and doing good business where it makes sense. The fight makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because these boxing fans, they complain so much, but they still watch the fights. How do you keep both happy?
Well, I mean, obviously you have like, for instance, the best network on TV for boxing is HBO, and when you put on some good matchups, the fans always tune in. I mean, you have millions of viewers watching fights. Right now, for instance, the only pay-per-view guy, the only pay-per-view star right now is Canelo Alvarez. I
Right.
mean, he's the superstar of boxing now. And so, you sprinkle a few pay-per-views here and there. I mean, we're not like the UFC where we do it every single month.
Right, yeah.
But if you sprinkle 2 or 3 a year, and then sprinkle a lot more of these, free fights,
Right.
you entice the fans. They want to watch more. So, I mean, it's yes, it's a business, but look, at the same time, I treat my business like as if I was fighting. I mean, I want to make the best fights happen. I mean, look, right now, the ball's in Golovkin's court. to answer and sign the contract. So it's not like we don't want to make the fight.
Right.
It's going to happen, that's for sure. And hopefully this year. I want it this year. Canelo wants it this year. So fights like that. I mean, I'm glad that Keith Thurman and Garcia's happening.
Setting the tone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, hey, don't be afraid of. See, all these fighters are now afraid of losing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna lose against the best, it's okay.
Something
hey,
you
you
was
can
never
always come
afraid of.
back.
Right,
You can
I
always
mean,
come back. It's no big deal.
You was always a warrior. We know the Oscar that never backed down from anybody.
Right.
And I think you brought that mentality over to the promotional world.
Yeah.
So what is it that your promotional company has changed in boxing? Because you know how when you're a kid, you look at your faults of your parents and you said, I'm never going to do that. And then you become an adult and you wind up doing it, but at the same time, you're doing things a little bit different.
Yeah,
What are
look,
you
I mean,
doing different?
my intentions are always to make the best fights, I mean, the best fights, the best action. Look, this fight with Canelo and Chavez, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Right.
It's going to be a war. It's going to be look, I see Chavez right now. He's in tremendous shape. He's already training. He's serious about this fight. It's very
No
personal.
weed this time?
Nothing,
No,
man.
no.
I haven't,
No, he
sm-
said
I
he
haven't
cut that
smelled
out for
anything.
this
Couple
fight.
puffs? Oh,
Cut it
no?
out for this
I
fight.
haven't smelled anything. So
Well, now they're smoking them vapors. You can't really smell it, so
there
it's
you
probably
go, yeah.
transferred.
Probably
But you-
strawberry flavored or
I
something.
mean, I personally don't think that they should penalize a fighter for smoking marijuana. I mean, it doesn't enhance your performance in
No,
a
it
ring.
doesn't. It gets you tired, right?
Yeah, so what the hell? I'm okay with anybody fighting me. You're smoking
It just
a little
makes you
reefer.
throw a lazy right hand or a lazy left hook.
Oscar, I always wondered who the hell found Canelo for you. Was it you, somebody else? I know somebody's in your camp is like, that really saw it out for that kid.
Yeah, no. Well, we have experts, expert matchmakers, and my president Eric Gomez, who finds a lot of these guys, and a lot of fighters come to us.
Where does he go? We go like on Craigslist or something? Where's he finding?
And we had him on the undercard with Canelo and Liam Smith, and he goes, "Look, the next person to fill up the stadium in Dallas is gonna be me." And he goes, he's only like 4-0.
Is he
but
Mexican American?
this guy, yeah, he speaks English, speaks
Oh,
Spanish.
perfect.
I mean, he's a good-looking kid, but the most important thing is he can fight.
Right,
So kids like that, we have tons of kids like that we've already signed. So
you're not worried?
no, worried about what? I mean, boxing. Look, we have tons of fighters. I mean that are
there
capable.
Is there anybody like it's the NBA trade deadline, right? But if we talk about boxing, is there anybody on another camp that you wish you could have on the Golden Boy side that's signed to another promotion? I'm just curious on who you think is really talented that's signed to other promoters.
Oh well,
If you had to pick one guy
if there was one guy
that you could bring over to you,
that I would want to sign.
could
Eric,
snatch
what's his
right
name?
now.
What's his name? He doesn't have a promoter.
he's a
Just
free
one
agent.
guy. Just one guy.
Is his name Floyd Mayweather?
No. Better than him. Who's Errol Spence?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you can get away with the better than him.
Hold on. But
Smart
we,
man.
we built Errol Spence.
Really?
We built Errol
On the
Spence.
card?
Huh?
On the undercard?
We built a man with
Since he started.
right from zero. We built him.
Wow.
We built all those guys like
He's
the
Al
heavyweight.
Heyman, right? He's Al Heyman.
But he's not signed to.
But
Well,
he-
he's Al Heyman, though.
But he
so
has no promoter.
That's PBC.
But
So you
Oscar's
asked me.
doing
You
business-
asked me a
Right.
promoter. Well,
Yeah.
that's the fighter I would like to sign.
right.
There you go. That's
Right.
I didn't expect that,
'cause
but that's a great pick.
I would build him into a Sugar Ray Leonard.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
He's
That's
that
big
type
talk.
of kid, man. He's a good kid.
So you think he
He's a
cleans up
great
the
fight.
welterweight division?
Who can
he
beat that
can.
kid at 147?
Well, I mean, he's the type of fighter that wants to fight the best, and
Right.
he believes in himself, and he's young, good-looking kid. You know, he's a fighter I would love to promote.
He beats Kell Brook. Do you think he beats Kell Brook?
I believe he destroys Kell Brook.
Knocks him out.
That's how good he is.
With a body
But
punch.
imagine if Errol Spence and the Golden Boy were together. Ooh, man.
You hear that, Errol?
Errol.
That'd be
Listen,
nice.
he's doing
That'd be a
business.
nice combination.
Listen, Oscar's doing business with Al.
Errol, I'm talking to you, Errol.
Chavez Jr. is Al Heyman guy, right? He's
Oh, he is. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
able to work
So
together.
you guys are
it's,
working out.
Wow.
Yeah, we're working together. Look, like I said, we want to make the best fights. We want to, I mean, it's things are going to start to happen in boxing.
Right.
So it's a great thing.
Al, call Oscar, man.
Call him
Errol,
up.
what's up?
I'm gonna call Errol tomorrow. Listen, you gave
I'll
kind
get
of like
that deal done for you.
you gave kind of like a resume of what it takes to have, to have a superstar, good looking, you could fight, but I think Canelo, how much bigger would he be if he spoke English? Because
yeah, I know
he would be you.
he's working on it. He's working on it. I mean, I tell him every single day, man.
He has to say more than
day.
I was born ready.
Yeah, and he does. He throws a few words here and there. He's just
He understands
He's
it, too.
shy
He
about
definitely
it.
understands
No, he
English.
understands it 100%.
He definitely understands English.
But it's like he's not comfortable yet. I go, look, you don't have to be perfect at it. I mean,
Right.
just try it.
Right.
So he's almost there. He's
Look at
almost
Cotto.
there.
Look at Miguel Cotto, how big he became. He didn't speak
I
any
hear you.
English.
I hear you.
And now
I
he
hear you.
speaks
Who
English.
cares? He just has to wear a suit and smile.
He just gotta
look
be
good. The
pretty.
ladies
He
love
just
him.
gotta
The
be
ladies
pretty.
love him.
Yeah, but the thing they always confuse him with Conor McGregor.
Oh, the red.
and and they think he speaks English. But on his defense, this kid just turned 25. All these kids like Pacquiao, who else? Marquez, Cotto. They didn't start speaking English till they were like 28.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, he's getting there. Don't worry.
Look at Tito Trinidad, your boy. He never spoke English, and
Yeah.
he was a pretty good drawer. I mean,
he
you know
was
what I'm saying? But Canelo's on another level right now. Saturday, May 6, 2017, the T-Mobile Arena. I mean, obviously this is the biggest fight of the year. I mean, do you feel pressure on numbers, pay-per-view numbers?
No pressure whatsoever, man. And look, we're actually almost sold out with tickets. I think there's like,
Wow.
I don't know, 1,000 left. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
So
So go to Ticketmaster.
yeah. I mean, by the time we finish this tour in LA on Thursday, we're gonna be sold out. So that's always a great indication.
How do you see the fans divided? Because they're both Mexican. One is coming off, who my father is,
Right.
And then one, he's just built himself into a rock star. How do you see the fans divided?
In Mexico, it was kind of, I would say 70-30 for Canelo, and then here in New York, it was about the same.
They love Canelo.
Yeah.
Why is it though? Why is it that Canelo has the fans are more passionate?
Well, because the girls scream louder.
Yeah, they like
He's
him.
more
They
handsome.
love him, man.
He's
They love
more
him,
handsome.
yeah. But don't get me wrong. I mean, there's tons of fans for Chavez. They love him.
Yeah, I mean that name,
Well,
the
they
name
love
alone.
They love his.
Yeah.
They love his father. And listen, for those who are interested in buying tickets, T-Mobile Arena.com or www.axs.com for tickets, or if you flying to Vegas, they
I'm gonna be there.
yeah, we'll
I'ma
definitely
be-
be there.
Speaking of Conor,
wait till the undercard. Ooh.
that's-
Wait, we can't say it. We can't say.
Give us a hint.
Hey,
Come on.
See my guy saying, "Hey,
Come on, Eric. We need to hear one name. I mean, that
Errol
always,
Spence.
no.
Errol Spence is on there.
listen, that always helps to promote a fight.
Oh,
but I
I'm
guess
tell-
it's
no.
not certain yet.
Oh, it's gonna
Not yet,
oh.
not yet, not yet.
No. We want when we announce it, we're gonna announce it the right way.
It's gonna be
but-
right.
Ooh.
Hey, Oscar. So Canelo fighting a big guy in Chavez, right?
Right.
I'm thinking maybe that's a little good practice for him, for Triple G, making a statement that I can hurt a bigger guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can get in there with Triple G. Is that where you're going with this?
Well, no. I mean, look,
No.
Canelo has always fought bigger guys, or this is his first fight fighting above 160 or
Right.
that's 160. So, I mean, he's a middleweight. That's it.
Right.
That's it. He's a middleweight. So obviously, Canelo wants to fight the best. So there's no doubt about that. That he's gonna fight Triple G. I mean, he's not scared of him. He's not. It's just that look. I mean, this fight has been talked about for like the last year and a half, maybe. It's not like it's not like Pacquiao
7 years.
Mayweather freaking. It was talked about for 8 years.
Be patient, fans.
Yeah, it'll happen. Don't
Be
worry.
patient.
Hey,
Relax.
don't worry, and it'll happen this year.
And you heard it from Oscar De La Hoya, folks.
It will
but
happen.
before that fight, May 6, 2017, at the T-Mobile Arena, HBO pay-per-view, Canelo Alvarez versus Chavez Jr. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Guaranteed war.
Mexico. Come
Guaranteed
on.
war.
You guys can't miss that.
What about this? What about this, though? You spoke about McGregor earlier. I was on a credible publication, Ring TV, and your boy Canelo said, I think it's a joke for boxing if it's happening. He's talking about McGregor fighting Mayweather. Do you agree with Canelo? What do you feel about that?
Well, I do. It's a disrespect to boxing because they're two different sports. You know, I mean, look, put Floyd and McGregor in the ring, and Floyd will box his ears off. Put Floyd in the octagon, and McGregor will submit him by twisting his toe or something. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So it's a whole different sport.
Anybody will beat McGregor I might beat McGregor in a damn ring. You'll get it out of retirement and fight McGregor in the ring.
I mean, come on, McGregor's not a boxer.
But for nine figures though, does it really hurt boxing or does it help it?
Listen, Oscar, he got his bread, boo. He got to get the hell out of here, man, and do some more promo. Don't forget, thank you for coming, Oscar. They're rushing us out of here. Again, May 6th, 2017. Don't miss it. T-Mobile Arena, HBO pay-per-view, Canelo versus Chavez.
Spence, I'm just calling you.
This guy, when a guy's so big,
up
when you don't have to say his last name, you just say Canelo, and everybody knows who he is. He's a face of boxing.
It's like Oscar.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like Oscar. I bet you didn't like that name when you were young, Oscar. Now that name is great. That name is worth millions right now.
All right, folks, man, we out of here at the fights.
Thanks,
Oscar
guys.